Well, you may have seen it on social media, and now health experts are raving about the benefits of bovine colostrum. Don't add it to your cart just yet until you hear our discussion. Here to tell us more about this supplement is Beth Zeroni. She is a registered dietitian with the Cleveland Clinic, and whenever we have these things that we keep seeing like this, we call the experts, we call Beth and say, break this down for us. So I went down that little rabbit hole one day on social media. I think it was Instagram and TikTok, and I'm seeing all this stuff about bovine colostrum. I nurse both of my children, so I know what colostrum is. Could you explain that to people who might not know what that is?
Absolutely. So colostrum is a very specific and sophisticated first part of the breast milk. Just on newborns, it's within the first probably 3 to 5 days, so it's very concentrated. It's very specific for the newborn. It's to help their gut health, and so in turn helps with their immune function.
Right.
So again, very small quantities, very concentrated, and then as the baby grows, the breast milk matures and adapts to the needs of the baby.
So it's very rich in proteins and nutrients, and that's why doctors say for us humans, when you're nursing, those first few days of that highly concentrated milk is so important for babies to get their start.
Absolutely, yeah.
So now this is bovine colostrum. And it's broken down into like powder form and pills. So I did add it to my cart, and before I paid for it, I thought, because there were so many different prices ranging from maybe $39 to $300. So I thought, well, okay, I'll start at the $39, and I start Googling it then. And then I started seeing things saying it could cause cancer. So when you think you're using something healthy, because it's kind of being touted now as this miracle milk, that it can help with skin, with muscle repair, with your gut health. So it seems like it's a miracle. But then when you start breaking it down, it could be maybe even not such a miracle, but kind of scary. You don't want to add stuff to your body that could be harmful, obviously.
Absolutely. I mean, colostrum is designed for newborns, whether it's newborn humans or newborn cows, right? And so it may not necessarily be something beneficial for adults.
Right.
And so when we look at that, there's lots of other things that I would recommend before this. I mean, honestly, there's way more things that we can control within our diets before I would have anything like this. And then we talk about like the health, the downsides, right? So when we're looking at colostrum itself, it has a growth factor that's specific for newborns. And so in adult DNA, adults should not be exposed to this specific growth hormone. And that's where some of those cancer, ideas come from. But again, there's not a lot of studies.
Because it's not approved by the FDA
It is not FDA approved. And I think viewers really need to understand that when it is a supplement, when it is not FDA approved, that does not guarantee potency or purity. So although they claim that they pasteurize it and they sanitize it, we just don't know how safe it is. And again, you may get one dosage in one bottle and have self-perceived benefits, and then you get it again, and again, it's not as potent, and so, or vice versa, you don't have any side effects. On one bottle, you get it again, you get a different dosage, and then you end up getting some side effects.
Well, then when I started doing some research too, you hear the controversy and people saying that maybe even humans shouldn't be drinking cow's milk in the first place, that might not be healthy and certainly not healthy for everyone to do.
Sure.
So then this is the same kind of thing too.
Absolutely.
Right?
So when we're looking at this specific concentrated colostrum, they actually end up vaccinating these cows against certain diseases. So a lot of times we as consumers are trying to avoid antibiotics and extra vaccines because we want to be able to control that within our lives. And so I think it's important that anytime that you're looking at these types of products, you understand that they have additional vaccines, antibiotics, other things that they're giving to that mother that's going to get passed through to the colostrum and then to your body.
That is interesting. So always make sure that you don't just look at the craze and all these people saying this is the best thing and this is helping me. You do have to do the other side and research and look at that this might not be something that you want to go ahead and try, because there could be some negative effects. It kind of reminds me of that collagen craze, which I still do a scoop of that in my coffee. You do too?
I do too.
Because that doesn't necessarily have negative side effects. We're not really quite sure of the benefits at this point, right?
There's,
That's
I mean,
kind of
some people can report healthier skin and hair and nails and that type of thing, but there's no side effects that are noted. So I
Right.
tell people, try it. If you find the benefit, continue. But really, if you don't see any difference after a container, then it's not working for you.
And Beth brought up a great point too when we were talking at commercial break, when you said, first of all, too, then the baby cows aren't getting this. If you're taking that colostrum from a mother cow,
Right.
and then you're making this for humans, what happens to the babies that designed by God to get those
Right, to get those health benefits
Yes.
aren't getting them. And again, because the colostrum is only produced in the cow's body for so long, you have to constantly have cows that are being pregnant
Yeah.
to be able to capture that colostrum. So there's some ethical issues, I think, too.
There are, no
that you
doubt.
have to think about. Like I
Yeah.
said, as a dietitian, I know of probably 100 other things you can do depending
Right.
on what you are looking for.
Eat more fruits, vegetables, work out, lots of water.
Drink some water,
Oh,
get
yes.
some sleep, right? So these are the things that we can do from a nutrition side
Yeah.
of things instead of taking these kind of supplements.
Great information. Thank you for sharing
Oh,
your
you're welcome.
expertise with us. Not adding to cart for that one. All right, thank you, Beth. Appreciate it.